Campaign underway right now. One of the leading candidates will be coming to New York City this weekend. Newt Gingrich visits Staten Island. There he is, and he has emerged as a real force to be reckoned with. A lot of folks were writing him off just a few months ago. We're waiting for him to drop out, but now he's in a position to potentially win this thing. Could it happen? Well, our next guest is the only Republican congressman from New York City. We've got a whole bunch of them, only one Republican.
And he's from Staten Island.
He's from Staten Island.
And he doesn't like Newt Gingrich.
That's true. Michael Grimm, Congressman, welcome back to Good Day New York. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Good morning. You endorsed Mitt Romney. Why did you do that?
Because he's the only one that has the record experience and can actually win. I think Newt Gingrich, he's definitely an intelligent man. No one can deny that. He'll be the first one to tell you that. But the reality is he has so much baggage that it's bad for the Republican Party. As all this stuff starts to come out, he's going to be the poster child for everything that's wrong with the Republican Party. And that's why it's not, it is what it is. He's not going to be able to win, and that's why I'm backing Mitt Romney. He has the experience, and he can actually win.
Romney's got his problems as well. Some people are calling him a flip-flopper. He's got issues with likability. Why do you think he can pull it through?
Well, I think he has the correct balance that we're looking for right now. This is a very special election. This is probably the most important election, certainly in my lifetime. And when you look at the fact that he has the executive experience as a governor, he's worked across the aisle. When he was governor, he had 82% Democratic electeds in his state. That shows me he's willing to work across the aisle, and we need that right now. The other thing is he has the private sector experience. With more than 25 years of private sector experience, he knows how to get this economy moving, and he understands that it's the private sector, not the federal government, that can do that. So I think he has the right balance, and that's exactly what we need at this time. There's no question about it.
Congressman Grimm, you won in part because of Tea Party support, correct?
I would say I had a lot of Tea Party support. That is correct.
The Tea Party does not like Mitt Romney. I mean, hardcore conservatives just don't like him for a host of reasons. And some of them have been frustrated with you. They turned out in front of your office. I mean, are you at all concerned about that? I mean, they're just not enthusiastic about this guy. You endorsed him relatively early. You're not having even a tinge of buyer's remorse?
None. I don't have any remorse whatsoever. Again, being a first-time candidate, I learned a lot during the process. And what I did learn was that you do need momentum when you're going up against an incumbent. President Obama is going to be very difficult to beat. And, no matter what you hear out there, I can almost guarantee that. And Mitt Romney is going to need that momentum to get him through to a victory. And that's why I came out early, and that's leadership that I promised the Tea Party and everyone else that I would bring to Staten Island, is that I would lead from the front. So I think that I've done that. Now, as far as them evaluating, other candidates, whether it be Herman Cain or Newt Gingrich or Perry, I think that's healthy. That's what a primary is about. So I'm very proud that the Tea Party is doing their civic responsibility and looking into these candidates. That's a very healthy thing, and I wish more people would follow that lead and get to know these candidates, because when they do their homework, they're going to realize that Mitt Romney is the only one that can actually win.
Real quick, you mentioned the baggage of Newt Gingrich. Tell us about that. What's in those bags?
Well, I think most of it is actually out there. It's just that the Democrats obviously haven't used it yet because they'd love for him to be the candidate. But I think there's a host of things. I don't want to go into them now. But as look, the bottom line is we lost the majority because when he was the speaker, they made him the poster child for everything that was wrong with the Republican Party, and it worked very well. They took back the majority because of it. So if you think they won't use that exact same strategy again, then I think we're being naive. They certainly will, and it was effective once. I think it would be effective again.
Let's talk quickly about the Port Authority. There's news now. They had said they were going to use the money for the World Trade Center. Now they're saying they're going to use it for roads. People don't like that they switched the game on them, but ultimately, shouldn't drivers be happy that money's going to go directly to the roads?
Well, no. I mean, first of all, if you're a Staten Islander, let's look at what they've done. Okay, they misled us on what the toll hikes were going to be, but they didn't do their homework before they did these toll hikes. Had they looked at this, it had to, I feel like Governor Cuomo has abandoned Staten Island. They went from $8 to $12, and by 2015 they'll be at $15. Staten Islanders have the highest tolls in the entire country twice. The Verrazano Bridge at 13. And now these at 12. So number 1 and 2, the distant third is $6 in this country. So Staten Island, this is going to put our container port out of business, which is huge. I mean, those are close to 500 real good paying jobs. This is going to hurt a myriad of other businesses in Staten Island at a time when everyone is saying they want to create jobs, including the governor. Why would you take these jobs out of Staten Island and send them to New Jersey? Because that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to send all these jobs to New Jersey because people are not going to come into Staten Island to pay these tolls. To go from New Jersey to Brooklyn, 10 miles round trip, is $25. Does that seem reasonable and fair to anyone? Because that's what the law demands, reasonable and fair. It's not. I'm going to do everything in my power to stop this. I've joined the lawsuit with the AAA, and I'm going to do everything else to put enough pressure on the governor to make him see that he has completely abandoned Staten Island, and Staten Islanders are prepared to fight in every way we can.
Congressman Mike Grimm, thank you for joining us.
The sole Republican in the congressional delegation. Who's your best friend in Congress so far? You've been there for, what, a year almost. Who's your best friend?
Well, I have to say, Bob Turner was recently elected in a special election.
Right.
Now I am no longer the only Republican, so I am very happy to welcome Bob Turner to the conference, and I got to tell you, it's great having a partner.
There you go. Okay, yeah, a new friend for you. Thank you, Congressman. Let's go ahead on Good Day New York. Oh, we got double Dutchers.